Hey SewKids, we're back from last week where we made our tutu, and I promised you that I would show you how to make the matching hair accessory. So we got our headband. Let's get to it. I'll show you how.
To make the headband, you will need 1/4 yard of tulle fabric, or if you'd like, you can buy tulle on a roll in a 6-inch width. Cut 2 pieces 26 inches long. Next, you'll need about 1/2 yard of stretchy elastic,
Seam stabilizer, of course some red thread and a needle, or if you'd like to sew this by machine, a sewing machine. Okay, so to get started, if you followed us last week for our tutorial on the tutu, you're just going to cut the same size strip of tulle that was 6 inches by 26 inches long, and then we cut them in half for 2 pieces. Okay, so now it's time to measure the elastic. So to measure your head, all you have to do is take it underneath and just bring around your forehead to the side to where it's comfortable, and then just mark that position and cut. And I'm going to cut that and take end to end and make the good side to good side touch. And we're just going to put a pin in there for now. Cut a piece of this trim wide enough to cover that edge, because this will be sewn into the seam on the machine. Okay, so now we're going to take our elastic band and we just realign the pin on there. I'm going to put a layer of this stabilizer, and I'm going to put it into the machine. We're going to do about a 1/2 inch stitch, and we're going to do a zigzag. There we go, we've got the stabilizer that helped us to sew through where those holes are. Now you can fold it over one time like this and then just stitch it down. I'm going to pull that a little bit taut because I want that seam to be nice and straight. So now you can see that it's sewn, and I top stitched it to reinforce it here. And there you go.
If you'd like to learn how to hand sew this headband, I covered that in the previous video on how to make a tutu skirt. It's the same method as the waistband, so if you'd like more detail, go ahead and check out that video. I'll link to that video above.
Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 pieces that I have, I'm going to gather them together. So what I'm going to do first is take my thread in my machine. I'm just going to knot that. I want them to be stuck together. Then I've got the straight stitch on. I'm going to grow my stitch length to my maximum, which here is 6. And then I'm just going to place the crinoline in the middle of the presser foot up, and I'm just going to sew all the way through. I'm going to add the other one as well. So here we go, we went and sewed through, and I actually didn't really need to gather it. The machine kind of did it on its own. What I would do normally is just pull the one thread through and just gather it all along, but my work has already been done for me here. So all I really need to do is just pull this little bit here, gather that last little bit here that wasn't so much gathered, and then I'm going to take these 2 pieces and find the There's the 2 pieces here. I'm just going to put them one on top of the other. like that. And then I'm actually going to do one more stitch through. So now we've got this together. Just going to fold it up and then roll it around. And there's your flower. Now we'll just take a pin and just pierce that through for now. While I thread a needle, we'll hand sew that. So now if you don't have a machine, you can always gather this by doing a needle and thread and just going in the center. Just want to go in, out, in, out, in, out until you make a stitch all the way across that looks like this. Just going to keep doing that. Doesn't have to be perfect, you're only using it to help gather the fabric. I'm just doing it quickly for you. And you're going to pull it straight. So I'm just going to do my hand like this, in, out, in, out, in, out. Try and keep it to the center, but if you get off line, you're okay. Okay, so once you're done all the way to the end, just pull the needle through and you'll see that you've got your thread going all the way through. And as I pull on the thread, it starts to gather the material. So I'll just hold this and pull, and hold this thread and pull, and just keep pulling. And then as soon as you get to the very end, you can do the same thing to your second piece, which you can then layer, double the layer, and we're gonna make the rows. Okay, so now that I've got my needle threaded, just going to turn this over where I had the pins. I'm just gonna take them out now. And I'm gonna put the needle all the way through, just like that. And I'm gonna wrap it around. I'm gonna pull it tight a little bit, wrap around again, and then I'm gonna put the needle through again. Pull it tight, and you can see that it's kind of looks like a flower. So I'm going to go through one more time. And then I'm going to loop through and knot it. I'm going to go through sideways like this, pull it through, go into my loop, so you can see that. Go into my loop there, and close that off. I'll push it through one more time, just to hide that end. Pull it tight. I'm going to snip that thread. I'm going to cut the other threads that I had from before. Don't need those anymore. Okay. So now we have a beautiful flower, and that's going to look fantastic with our tutu skirt. So now we just have to put it on our headband. Now we'll take this flower and we're gonna put it right on top of the seam so you can't see that. So we'll put it just like that and we'll sew it in place. So let me get the needle threaded up again. Okay, so whenever I'm doing stitching on something like a flower or a button, I like to go and do a double thickness of thread. So I'll fold this thread in half and then I'll feed that through the needle eye. It's always good to trim the edge. Helps to go in a little bit easier. Okay, so that goes through like that. So now when I fold it again, it'll be 4 strands. So it'll make it just a little bit sturdier. So I like to wet my fingers and twist that. And as I twist it, I wrap it around my finger. And I roll it, pull it through. And it creates a nice knot for me. Start with this here, because we can hide the, we'll push it through the middle like that, and the knot will be nicely tucked away there. Now we take this, and we're going to go straight in the center. Just go like that. As you pull it, it'll come into place. Okay. And I'm going to grab this side here. And then I'm going to put it to this layer here, and then I'll help pull it back to the headband. Okay, so as you see, it's starting to sit flat. So now I'm just going to put my finger in the middle of the flower here and push down here. Hold on to it, and I just want to have this part coming up like that. So I'm going to go through here, go through the bottom here, go back up around through that knob, and then I'm going to start to knot it. I'll go through that knob again, push it in, go through. You can see that it went around, pull through, and then before you get all the way to the end, just get your needle in that loop and pull it tight. Do another time. Get that right in the loop. Okay, and I'm running out of thread, so I think we're good here. I'm just going to push it through one more layer just to tuck in the cut edge. And I'm just going to trim that right there. And take a look at this, fluff it up. And we've got a fantastic headband.
So I've got one little quick surprise. I'd like to show you how to do a bow as a second option. Here's how to do it.
Measure 6 inches and cut to create a 6 by 6 square that we can ruffle together like this and tie straight into the band. Put it into a piece like this, and I'm going to feed it through the headband. I'm going to put it into one hole, hold the back side, and then feed it back through the hole right beside. So you're going to skip one and bring it through like that. So you see that it's kind of floating there. So the next thing you're going to do is just take it, make sure it's even, and just put a knot. And then you've got yourself a bow. So you have the choice to do a bow or a rose. And this bow is the perfect size for a My Life doll or an American Girl doll. Just adjust the headband size to fit the doll. This bow would also be perfect for a kid's headband instead of the rose. And here we are with the final headband with the rose on top, and we've got our bonus one for our doll with a small bow. So there you have it. Simple as that. That's how you make it. And not only, we have 2 ways that you can wear it. So you can do the rose or you can do the bow. It's your choice. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos coming soon.
Subscribe to SewKids.
Got something special you would like to make? Then drop your idea in the comments below.